Okay, welcome to Hacking Self Story. Today we are going through the monthly figures and for the rest of the week as well. We're going to focus on Willerby today. I think it's Clough Road tomorrow, then it's Mansfield, then it's Wrexham, then it's Glasgow, and then it's Beverley. Just done it all, and we're going to show you all these in mrselfstories.com as well. I know what people think. We are nuts sharing this information. You'd be right. There's definitely positives, but there's obviously definitely negatives as well, sharing this kind of information. But do you know what? I am creating a podcast and a newsletter that I wish was about when we started because it would have helped me massively. So, do you know what? It does give me, I don't know, I love it when I get people emailing and say, Dean, thank you very much. I love you. Well, no one says love you, but if you wanted to, it'd be welcomed. Right. So let's crack on then. Here we go. So, Willerby. Do you know what? Some sites are performing amazingly well in September. Some sites performed average. Some sites were despicable, and I mean despicable. That is why I think that it's better to have more sites. You're almost insulated. And because if I had one site in particular, which we'll get to tomorrow, so you might know which one it is, if I had that one site, I'd be panicking. I'd be like, oh my goodness, what the heck? But then equally, if I had just one site, i.e. Mansfield, I'd be like, oh my God, this is amazing. So the more sites you have, I think the better because you're insulated against one site performing well and you're not just relying on one site. If one site performed poorly, then the other sites can cover you. As long as you're in a good industry, then you should be okay. So I'm a big advocate for having more sites. Right, okay, let's get to the crux of the matter. Let's go through the sheet, Willerby information, and then what we'll do is go through the outstanding points that we can talk about. So the amount of quotes, got a text from Moscow School. Sometimes it's Kai has banged his head, Zach has banged his head, please click Kai, but it's none of that today, we're okay. Amount of quotes, 128 quotes, a number of reservations are 38, so that means we converted at 31%, which is really good. 35% conversion from move-ins as well. 35% from conversions, quotes to reservations, and it was 31% for quotes to move-ins. We moved in a total of 40 people at Willerby. Expired reservations was 5 in total. That's 12.5%. Not good at all. Ad spend was £123 per move-in. However, because there's 2 sites in Hull, we half that. And so it was around about £61.50 per move-in, which is really good. We moved in 40 people. We moved in 3,955 square foot. We moved out 4,365. So we're down 410 square foot. Not good. We've got 351 internal rooms occupied. We've got 50 containers occupied. The store occupancy at the end of September was 81.0. Lock sales, merchandise, don't really matter. Do you know what? Focus on the things that matter. Lock sales isn't going to move or break or move any needle. It's not going to break the boat. It's not going to break anything for you. And so, yes, we want to have merchandise sales at Willerby. But sometimes when somebody comes in, we've got a big sign saying we sell boxes, and then someone comes in and we're like, oh, we should be doing a call. We're trying to do a callback for somebody, and someone comes in, I want this, I want that. And it's like half an hour of your time. You're like, is it really worth it to gain a couple of quid from boxes? A lot of people would disagree with me because people like auxiliary sales, but I like auxiliary sales that don't take any time, effort, cost of goods, storing, delivery, unpacking. Sometimes there's an argument to be said it's a pain in the bum. I listened to a debate on this because there's many different thoughts and feelings on this in America where one person said, absolute bullshit. You can have your 1% of my revenue. I don't want it. I'm more subscribed to that than, oh, let's try to get it to 1.2% of our revenue. Really? No, I'm not a fan. So that's that's, I suppose, an uncommon opinion that I have. Right, revenue, £81,605. At Willerby last month, it was £2,100 difference down from last month. Remember, last month was a record month. We had the best month of all times in terms of revenue, and this month we're £2,000 down, 2,100. However, if we divide that, so last month, so what we're going to do is So we divide 81,605 plus 2,100 because that's what that is the amount that we had last month. 2,152 plus 80 plus plus 81,605. And if we divide it by 30 or 31, because that's how many months it was last month, days last month it was in August, because obviously not last month, August, that was a record month ever, was August. September was this month we're talking about. Times it by 30. Yeah. So it means that because we charge by the day, and so that means that although it looks like we didn't have as good a month because we was down £2,152, as it happens, if it was 31 days in September, it means it'd be 81,000. It means that if it was August rate per day for 30 days rather than 31 days, it'd have been 81,055. And so we've actually had a better month by £600 if we go day to day, if we do it pro rata, because August has got 31 days, so we can charge one more day, and October has got 30. So it only sounds like one day, but when you're taking like close to 90 grand, say 90 grand, it's £3 a day difference. And so there's the difference. So we're losing £2,152 this month, but the reason why we're losing that is because of the day. So hopefully this month, what we're talking about now in October, should be the best month ever, right? Hopefully that I explained it well. I'm not confident because I don't explain anything well. Insurance, average insurance was £6,975 per move-in, so that's really good. The Luton van was rented out 19 times. We took £1,140 from that. Again, do you know what? It's a nice to have. So we gained about 500 quid this month on that. So £6,000 over the year. Is it worth it? It's a lot of time and effort, going around inspecting the car, waiting for people to come back. And I don't know. And how much does it increase conversions? There's a talk to be had when we have to renew the van again. Do we do it? Do we not? I don't know. I don't know is the honest question, as the honest answer. Churn rate is square foot 13.42, so it's really, really high. Well, fairly high. Right, let's have a look then. Conversions were below last month, which you'd expect because August is a better month than September. Conversions to quotes to move-ins was great. So conversions, quotes to move-ins was great this month. So really, really happy. Oh, sorry. Quotes were below last month, which you'd guess. Because obviously August to September, because we're talking about last month, September to October, to August, hopefully following along with this dipstick. Right. So last month, we're talking about September now. And September didn't have as many quotes as August. So, but you'd expect that because August obviously is a very, very busy month for us, even though it's kids' holidays. So conversions, quotes to move-ins was great. Conversions, quotes to reservations was also great. Cancelled and expired reservations at Willerby was very, very high. We're talking 12.5%, is it? Let's have a look. 12.5%. Let's have a look. Yeah, 12.5%. No way, I don't think should be over 10%. I think that's too high. So not great there. Cost to acquire a customer was great at £123, but we've got two sites, so say 60 quid each. Cost to acquire a customer, 60 quid. You what? Obviously, honestly, if I could acquire a customer all day, every day for 60 quid, why wouldn't you do it? Because the lifetime value of a customer is much more than that. Absolutely, obviously much more than that. Around about £1,000 for argument's sake there. So you're putting £60 on the floor and you're picking £1,000 up. Yes, thank you. Obviously, you're not getting it straight away, you're getting over time, but that CAC ratio you must be very, very happy with. Nearly 4,000 square foot moved in. That's a 6.5 out of 10 I put here. 4,300 square foot moved out. Now, obviously, I'm moving up and I'm rounding up and down here. It's a 13% churn rate, which is quite high, and it will get lower and lower and lower. I'm convinced over time because in a mature site, that's what happens. I put here square foot down for the month net. Sorry, so 4,300 square foot moved out, and we're about 400 square foot down. Let's take a look exactly how much we're down here. 410 square foot down. Yeah, so 4,300 moved out. Is that correct? 4,300. Yeah. So we'll round that up to 4,400 to make the maths work. 4,000 moved in, 4,400 moved out. Net square foot, 400 square foot down. 81% occupied. You can't argue with that, I suppose. But October hasn't started well. We're under 80% now, so that's a bit of a worry. Revenue is still very high considering it's a 30-day month. Average insurance sold is £9,000 per move-in. Average insurance is £7,000 per move-in. The target is £6,000. So in anything, there's some good and there's some bad. I put a score of 6 out of 10 here. Do you know what? I'm going to change that because I don't think it's a 6 out of 10. I think it's a 5 out of 10. We've lost 400 square foot. We didn't move in quite 4,000 square foot. We're down in occupancy. Our churn rate's down. Our revenue is down compared to previous months, but although it's up pro rata, but I'd expect it to be up because of the price increases, etc. So you'd expect it to be a little bit further up there. So yeah, overall, I think it's a meh. I think it's if it's a 6 out of 10, it's just above average. It's not above average whatsoever. So yeah, that is my look at Willerby. I'm trying to find out if there's anything more I can tell you. The conversion rates, by the way, are absolutely beautiful. 35% quotes to reservations, 31% quotes to move-ins, 5 cancelled expired reservations. Don't like that at all. Google ad spend is good. Yeah, it's just a meh. It's okay. There's nothing to shout about. Tomorrow it goes from meh to absolutely disastrous. Disastrous. And then the next day it goes to amazing. We've got a 10 out of 10. So we've got a site that performs 10 out of 10. So I can't wait to talk to you about that one, but that's not tomorrow. Tomorrow is literally me moping and like, oh, the end of the world. But like I say, I'm just over the moon, but we've got more than one site because we had one site and that was the only site. I'd be panicking. I'd be worried. Just like at Beverly 2 months ago, I'd be panicking at Beverly because it was very, very low. But Beverly, it's given us this month. It's been amazing, and we're back over to 90% full. So 2 months ago, I'd have been really worried about it, but obviously because we're insulated because we've got more, and so together as a team, we look after the ones that aren't performing. But yeah, Clough Road is certainly not performing, and yeah. So Willerby average. You know, if we square foot down, it's not average, is it? It's below average, but anyway, the revenue's all right. So I suppose it's just on to a 5. It's average. I want to mark it down. I want to mark it just below average, but anyway, it's a 5-ish, somewhere around there. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Clough Road, and people don't say they ever see me get down. Tomorrow you are going to see it, baby. It's going to be sad Dean. All right, I love you. I appreciate you, and I will be seeing you tomorrow.